Recently, a ton of people on YouTube have been asking me to do a tutorial, so here's the tutorial. Once you get your layers, and you would want to pick out where your pivot point will want to be on the button below, and then just double click it. As you see, the pivot, wherever you move the pivot point, it will turn like this, or wherever you move it, that will be the pivot point. So basically, just put your pivot point on where you want the movement of your hair or body parts to go. Next up, I would usually go on effects to put a swing effect. This will make Koyuk's hair swing more smoother, and this is basically just something I usually use in my videos. If you know, you know. So as you see, you can also copy the effects and paste them onto a different layer. So then if you have front hair that's swinging, you could also make your back hair swing on beat, or like, yeah, on wave. This is what it should look like. Right now, I'm adjusting this shadow onto Koyuk's hair to move on beat with the hair on top, so it could have a cool effect. After you do that, you could go look for the bend effect, but since I'm broke and I can't afford it, I'm just gonna watch an ad. Once after you watch the ad, you could adjust the bend effect. So if it's like the pivot point at the bottom, then you move it at the bottom, like this, as you see. But the pivot point is at the top, so you would want to put it at the top. So just move the pivot points at the top, and then just put keyframes at the bottom to adjust how much your hair would move. After that, you would want to click on the button, and this will be the graphs on how much your layer would move. Since I'm too broke, just watch an ad. But usually if it doesn't load, then just go on effects and just click on another watchable ad, then just watch it. Once after you watch the ad, you would want to go to graphs, then you usually select the one with the wavy ones, so it could go on beat, and you could just adjust it so it would look like this. Then yeah, just like, it feels like going more faster, just like make the wavy ones more faster. So basically I'm just speeding it up because I'm just copying and pasting all the layers on every layer. I mean the hair layers, not every layer, yeah. So the video recording I just showed you is gonna be what it looks like. So make sure you're following along, chat. Now I shall be teaching you how to move the eyeball with the thing. So first move your pivot point, then you have to move where your eye wants to be, then place your keyframes so it could move, then go on graphs. And I usually do this specific graph because it makes it look more smoother or something. Yeah, very peak, I know, right? So just adjust it if you want. You could make sure to add those, what's it called again? Those things to make the eyeballs look down and up or side to side. Yeah, just do what I said, okay? On this part, don't mind me doing what I'm doing. I'm just literally like checking the layers and just adjusting them. And yeah, just, yeah, okay? Yeah, okay? Yeah. So basically, here's the second step, the other step I meant. So you go on effects, then you would click on the bend effect for your body if you wanted to like swing back to back. It's what I usually do with only like a little bit of layers. I don't know, that's probably like 10 layers or something. Then just adjust it on how much you would want to go. Since the pivot point is at the bottom, you could change it to bottom, but if you still want it to be at the top, then you could change it to the top, or yeah. So yeah, just do what I said, okay? So this is me just adjusting on how much I want it to move on beat. After that, you would want to click on the squishy effect, that one that squishes the layer, so then the hair would like go up like and down to have that cool effect. Then just go on graphs and then just do the same thing, so it could be on beat. Like, yeah, just copy and paste them. Look what I'm doing right here. I just sped it up, so make sure you're following along. So after that, you could just group all the layers together. Then it like what I'm doing in the background, it's optional. Then after, once you duplicate them all, it should look like this. Now then, I'm gonna be teaching you on how to do the lighting. So you would want to duplicate the layer you have, and then as you see, it should look like this. Then you would want to click on clipping mask right here. So it should look like this, bit freaky, eh? So after when you do that, you could go to effects, then click on this the solid color to fill in the whole entire thing. Then just pick on which your shadow will be. Like if your background is like dark, then just put the same color as your background. But since I don't have a background, I'm just gonna select this random yellow, this very dark random yellow. Then it should look like that. But then you would want to go to blending and opacity, then click on darken, then click on multiply. So then it should look like this. Once you do that, you would want to duplicate the layer again, then go to effects, then click on solid mate, and once you click on that, you could change it. This will be the lighting if you want it to be red or yellow or like pink. I'm just gonna change it to this yellow because I don't have a background. It's a PNG right now. So then just go to contrast and blending and opacity. Just click on contrast, then click on overlay over there, and then it should look like this. To make it more aesthetic, you'll click on the box, like in the shape area. Then you can just go click on the color and fill, then click on the fading part, then just make it of where the light is going and adjust it on the dark parts, and then just zoom it in, then go back to blending and opacity, then click on overlay. So now it should look like this. You could adjust opacity if you want to your liking, and that's what it should look like. So group the layer is optional, but since mine is a PNG, it would kind of look like that. So yeah, just leave it. And that's basically how I do my lighting. Now I'll be teaching you how to render your drawings where lighting comes from for my freaky dandy example. So this is the dark part, the shading part, and then these are the lighter parts of the example of where your lighting should be. And yeah, good. So this is basically where you just gotta basically find where the light parts of your drawing is gonna be. So as we see on this specific petal, there's more than just the orange. There's different kind of varieties of orange. There's pink and there's pink, and then there's lighter orange and darker orange. So don't just keep using the same colors and go with a variety, but it makes sure it has to go with the lighting and stuff like that. And don't outline all your drawings with black. suggesting to use more brownish colors or something. So here's an example of a drawing or edit that I did with Will, and we could already highlight of where our lighting will be, and using and like our shadowing of under hair as we see here. And I usually put like more gray parts as shadow, as you can see like the difference. So I'm going to be teaching you how those gray parts can help. So selecting a random color like yellow, because yellow is a fantastic color. Then you would just like add the lighter parts and the darker parts, of course. And then the gray thing I added. So then just like put it all together, and this is what you want. But I think that most of you would probably do this, which looks okay, but you would want your drawings to look more like this, and me just adjusting my thing. So here's another example. Instead of this one is a ball, because balls are overrated, not in that weird way. So I'm gonna do an egg yolk by adding the gray parts scale thing and by adding the lighting. So this is what I usually put in my drawings, and add some extra details of like darker what's it called, darker parts into this egg yolk. So your egg yolk would look more aesthetic and more beautiful. Just add some extra shadings of yellow, and this is what you would basically want for your drawings. By looking at a variety of my drawings in my gallery, as you see in my space project at school, I added a grayscale here onto Earth instead of putting a darker blue version. And on the sun, I also added some more gray, because like that's like the cooler and darker parts. Then you would commonly see pink and blue on most of my drawings, because it's like they're kind of like best buddies. Okay, you get the pink and you get the blue or gray. They're like good buddies, bro. They're like best friends, trust me.